old-fashioned DRM, the good type.
Okay, so
Oh,
it's
boob.
pretty useless then. That didn't say boob, that said 8008.
They look like boob.
Old
They definitely look like boob.
Lucasfilm games.
They're gone now, aren't
Probably. Is there supposed to be lyrics? Deep in the Caribbean, in the Isle of Malay.
they? I don't know. I've never tried that. I've never tried singing it. I don't think you can read it all.
Very
Sing
iconic
it.
music.
Even. I love the music.
It's like pirate reggae.
Yeah.
So,
I used to listen to this when cooking. I don't know why.
so we've got 3 hours footage of you finishing this game in its entirety.
Yep.
100% didn't miss a secret.
Didn't miss any of the secrets of the Monkey Island.
Well, we'll see.
All of them.
Someone may
All of
come
them.
back to us saying, oh, you didn't see this secret.
There isn't many secrets. It's like pretty linear. No
Okay,
secret
so,
areas.
Surely everyone knows what Monkey Island is. But for those who don't, want to give us a brief synopsis of the game.
Oh,
So you Guybrush Threepwood,
Gazz it's pretty self-explanatory.
well the game
And it
explains
goes
it.
through, yeah.
Okay, well I never played the
And
first
well,
one.
you Gazz Threepwood, and you're kind of I wouldn't say dick, dweeb, and you want to be a pirate.
Okay, sounds like a recipe for disaster.
Hilariousness.
Hilarity ensues. Right, well, these credits are going on a while, aren't they? If you start the game
Yeah, but you
soon.
get nice music. Here he is. It's our Guybrush.
Got some
Post-beard.
pantaloons. Post-beard.
Pre-beard.
Yeah, I was
even.
going to say. how could we post anything? It's the first game.
Pre-beard. He's got beard in the second one.
Okay, so obviously this is something from your childhood.
It is.
Like I said, I never played the first game.
It's what made me want to read.
It taught you.
I hated reading. I hated reading.
Yeah,
I couldn't read. How old was I when I actually learned to read properly?
I don't know.
About 10, 11. I could
Okay.
never be bothered. At the same time with shoelaces, I was very slow at that as well.
This is
It's a
Gazz's-
slow child.
Gazz's history of street urchinery. Just go around picking
On the
pockets,
streets.
cutting
On the streets.
purses, hanging around at Brewston Park, drinking cider at the age of 8, smoking fags.
Yeah,
If you show him a book, he'd run a mile.
gangster. Absolute gangster.
Okay, so this game had some educational qualities then.
Yeah, I think so. Reminds me of.
So how did you play it when you couldn't read, if it made you want to read?
I watched my stepdad.
Did he read it out to you?
No, I don't think he did.
How did this make any sense?
Subliminally.
You just saw a pirate wandering around and you're like, I'll just watch this.
I could read a bit. It was just never something I was ever interested in doing because,
Okay.
like so many things, school makes it seem incredibly boring. And
So the thing that caught your attention is the art style, probably.
yeah,
It's like a little cartoon in it,
and
very low bit resolution
Yeah.
cartoon.
still my favourite style. This is.
Loving the frame rate,
Yeah.
it's hurting my eyes.
60
Screen
frames.
scrolling.
60 frames a second. This is.
Yeah, right.
1080. Ahead of its time. Ahead of its time.
I like the skull above the door. It's very.
It reminds me of. Mostly this game reminds me of the 1990s when the sun was always out.
Was this game out in the 90s? Was it released in the 90s?
Ooh. I should know that really, shouldn't I?
Yeah, you should.
Should know that.
What's your research?
I don't know. I haven't done any research. I think so. Anyway, I remember it in the 90s because I got back from school one day, I think it was, primary school, and Paul had brought an Amiga. And that was pretty cool.
Paul.
Yeah, stepdad
Yeah.
had brought an Amiga, and I'd never seen a game like this because every other game was jumping on stuff or shooting at stuff. I think this is the first storytelling game that I ever played.
Well, obviously you couldn't enjoy the story until you decided to learn to read.
I could read, but not brilliantly. Not brilliantly.
So you thought there were 3 trails.
This forced me.
Every
Three
private
trails.
must pass.
And sword mastery.
And the guest. The what?
The fucking cast.
Treasure hunting, you sea urchin.
It's well written.
Pirate language.
Amazingly well written.
So who made this? Lucasfilms, but there's a team within that.
Yeah,
sure.
Ron Gilbert,
Tim
Schafer, who's also famous for that Maniac Mansion. Who played that?
Never heard of it.
Day of the Tentacle. Who played that?
Never heard of it.
Well, they're famous for them. Day of the Tentacles, they're amazing as well.
Were they on Amiga also?
Yeah, I think I never played them on the Amiga. I played them on PC. Spoiled child.
Yeah, the first Monkey Island I came across was the one that was sort of trying to be 3D. Didn't really pull it off very well.
The one on.
It was on PC, on Monkey Island 4 or something.
Yeah, it was on PlayStation 2 as well, wasn't it?
I don't know about that. But
Yeah.
I played that. I enjoyed it because I didn't know any better. But everyone seems to say that one's the worst of all the Monkey Islands.
I think it was a bit shit, if I'm honest.
Yeah, but it wasn't like a low-bit resolution cartoon for you.
No.
But I'd never seen anything about Monkey Island before. I thought, this Guybrush guy, he's kind of likeable.
Did he have a beard in that one?
No. He looked pretty much the same as that, but obviously...
I think he had a red coat on, didn't he?
I can't remember vividly. But there were some fucking dodgy puzzles in that game.
Yeah, I'm sure it was one of the PS2 where you had to keep going. You had to go. There's one puzzle where you had to go back in time.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then you meet
You couldn't
yourself.
touch yourself, otherwise
Yeah.
you cause a time anomaly of some kind, and game over. You have to give yourself a chicken pulley and stuff like that.
Yes, you got the rubber chicken with the pulley in the middle in this one.
Yeah, I just remember the whole time I was playing that game, every time I'd take 2 steps, I'd be referring to a walkthrough.
Yeah.
And then I'd get that out of the way.
See,
Think,
that
right,
was-
that's that done. I'll continue now. Go through this door. Oh, I need to walk through again.
Yeah. Well, when this first come out, didn't have the internet, so we couldn't do that.
So you'd be,
There's
stuck,
nothing.
you'd be stuck on a certain screen.
It would
for
be
months.
Paul playing it, stepdad,
Yeah.
and he'd be stuck, and I'd be giving ideas, but because I was just a stupid kid, I was told to, sure,
Push.
you don't know what you're on with.
But obviously you had the right solution every time.
Well, I was a boy wonder, wasn't I? I was a child genius at games, even though I couldn't read that well, or tie my shoelaces,
So yeah,
or piss in the toilet without getting it all over the floor. That's the kind of kid I was.
that's neat. Then they like tell you to sit down on it from now on.
You know what? Sometimes I used to sit down.
Anyway, enough of toilets. Just toilets.
For the rest.
Do you
Sit
have to
down.
visit the toilet in Monkey Island?
Oh, no.
Well, there's
I don't think there's
not
any.
enough detail in this game for
There's
me.
no toilets in this pub.
Extremely lacking in detail.
Scum bars,
There's
no toilets.
a fish on the plank.
Yes, and there's a pesky
And there's
bird.
a bird. A gull.
I fucking hate seagulls. I remember once I was in Skegness and I had some tuna sandwiches in tin foil, and I was walking along the beach and I thought, now's a good time to eat this. Opened it up, and what happens? About 10 fucking seagulls. Oh no, I thought I was going to get eaten alive. It was like Jurassic Park with the velociraptors.
What? You eating what?
Tuna
Shit.
sandwich on
Oh,
Skegness
right, yeah, you
Beach.
don't fish. Jesus.
No, it was like
Hey,
a
look,
scene from
look.
it was like a scene from Aliens.
In that kitchen there was like a picture of Stay Puff.
Steak puff.
Stay Puffed.
I think we go back in there again later, so I'll have a look then.
It was definitely there. I don't have fingers on the video, so I can't point at
Ooh,
things.
meanwhile.
Well, this looks evil. Ghost
Very
Pirate Chuckle is ships anchored in a river. There's
Chuckles.
lava. Well, that's believable. This game's not realistic enough for me. Captain Chuckle.
That's Bob. I think his name was Bob.
Yar. This looks a lot like the pirate ship room cabin thing from Oblivion.
Yeah, it does a bit.
Copied here.
I think it's because of this game that I've been obsessed with pirates ever since. And I'm pissed off that there's no good pirate games. I don't think there's any good pirate games.
There'll probably be one coming out sooner or later.
Assassin's Creed's meant to be good, isn't it? 4.
Well, someone I know played the game and he says he doesn't like the pirate ship bit. It's annoying. It's like a chore. But this guy's not like the same breed of gamer as us, so I wouldn't listen to anything he says.
Supreme beings.
Yeah, well, the only thing I'd say about Assassin's Creed 4 is that it's Assassin's Creed. I'm not into Assassin's Creed in the slightest.
No, I bought the first one, and I started playing it. I thought this is really good. and then after like half hour to an hour, I thought, this is a bit shit. Like there was no stealth. There was no way you could like, especially like, I don't know what to call them, like your main assassination target. There's no way, your mark. There's no way you could sneak up on them and kill them and get out without anyone seeing you.
Yeah, you just have to sort of climb up a building, hold X to climb up a building, run to the top, and then drop on him with a knife out, and then run away.
But then everyone would see you, and then you just end up in massive sword fights all the time. But I heard in Assassin's Creed 4 that all the missions and everything is just basically Assassin's Creed, but the boat bits were good.
Well, we'll probably never find out for ourselves, unless we watch some videos or something like that, because I ain't buying it.
I'm thinking about buying it for the PS4. If I win my bets at the bookies.
Okay.
I will treat myself to it.
Well, good luck with that.
Yeah, I think I'm going to need it.
Yeah. So, Pirates. Back to Pirates.
Yes.
But not Assassin's Creed.
No.
Because that game will never be Hitman. And the new Hitman wasn't Hitman.
The Hitman.
Although you could turn all that stuff off, but I don't see why they put it in there. Like, people who want to play Hitman don't want all the help that game had to offer.
You could say the same about Thief.
Yeah.
Now that that's out.
Yeah, the old Thieves are good. I'm still going to get a new Thief just because I like the old ones so much.
Yeah.
But I have to look at the new one, and as long as I can turn all that new helpful stuff off, I'll probably be happy with the outcome from what I've seen.
Well, I'm guessing you'll get it on PC, won't you?
Obviously, yeah.
So out come all the mods.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That'll fix it.
Well, I'm pretty sure I've read somewhere that you can turn it off anyway.
Some bloke sat in a bedroom is going to improve a multi-million-pound game.
Say bloke, it's normally kids who do that.
And some kid with far too much time on his hands. I'm not going to bother with it. And again, I didn't play much of the others.
You need to play Thief 2 and Deadly Shadows, and maybe Thief 1, but don't start with that because it's a bit.
Thief 1's old.
Bit hard to get into. Yeah, it's old. And obviously, like,
we
hate old games. We don't play old games ever.
Sod old games. Except this one.
Well, most of them. What's your favourite game?
My favourite game?
Yeah.
Oh, Sonic 2.
It's pretty old, isn't it? Older than Thief.
Is it older than the first Thief? Yeah, it's going to be.
Yeah, the first Thief is about like 1998 or something.
Yeah.
I don't actually know that date, just speculating. Seems about a 1998 game.
Yeah, just put it out there. 98.
Yes. So anyway, off the topic of thievery, which probably would sit in this time period of piratery.
What else did it? I don't know. There was another one, wasn't there?
Is there another game about
Deus Ex.
Yes, that was about.
What was it? Human Revolution, was it the new one?
That was the new one, yeah.
That dumbed everything down.
It was better than the second game of Deus Ex, but
I never played the second one.
It's never going to be as good as the first one because with first games you always get that like fresh thing. You never know what to expect and it's full of surprises. But then with sequels you're always looking for stuff that isn't there or is there but is lacking. Things like that. So Deus Ex 1's brilliant. Deus Ex 3 I think is also a really good game by today's standards, but it's just not got the charm. It doesn't suck you in like Deus Ex 1 did in that time period. Obviously if Deus Ex 3 came out instead of Deus Ex 1 in 1999 or whatever, then it would have been 10 out of 10. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, maybe. But I never played Deus Ex that much either. I've always been a console man.
They did get ported to the PS2. It wasn't a great port, but...
No. What else did they did that with Unreal Tournament? That came out on PS2.
Unreal Faction.
I remember being really excited and then getting it and being like, oh my god, what have they fucking done to this?
Well, you haven't got all like the good menu parts, surely, where you get to set how many bots, what your team's made up of.
It was terrible, and the more worrying thing was, it would make your PS2 make an awful rumbling noise. Now some games, what was the other one? What was that Japanese medieval like war game that came out on the PS2? I can remember having.
What
was it called? Was it Kessen?
No idea.
I can't remember. Anyway, there was that and Unreal Tournament that would you put in your PS2 and it would just vibrate across like the fucking table. Like, and it's like, what the hell is that noise? I don't know why. Some games did it and some didn't.
Okay, that's pretty weird. I probably won't play against that.
No.
I had that problem a lot
Told
with
me we
Xbox
would.
360. Like I thought, I can stand it up like my PlayStation, put it next to it, put a disc in, horrible noise, took disc out, big nice ring grooved into it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I had that problem with if I put PS1 games in my PS2, it'd come out with a perfect ring on it.
That's not good.
No, not good at all. It totally
So
ruined.
what games did you ruin by doing that?
Final Fantasy VI.
Ouch. That's a bad one.
What else? Need for Speed Underground. But then again, that's a
Not too
PS2
popular.
game in a PS2. Maybe it was just my PS2.
Yeah. Did
I've
you
got
have it stood upright?
A lot of them. I've got a couple of PS2s, haven't I?
Did you stand it up on its side?
When did all this happen? I think this was happening when I was homeless in Harrison Green.
Yeah.
And I don't think the PlayStation liked being homeless either. So it just started chewing all my games up, just to force me to go get a fucking job.
Yeah.
My PS2 just broke recently. It lasted ages and it broke recently, and that's because I got too excited and dropped it down the stairs.
What, like the other day or something?
Yeah, when I had that classic games night at mine,
Yeah.
I was all excited, setting everything up, and I don't know what the fuck happened, but it like jumped out my hand,
Oh yeah. Commit suicide.
hit every single fucking step like a fucking slinky down the stairs. Hit the bottom, hit the washing machine.
Stayed intact though.
The bit on the front of the disc tray, that's come off. And some other bit of plastic. Actually, I bet it still fucking works.
What,
It's like a Tonka toy, that thing.
How many PS2s have you got?
3.
And how many of them work?
2 now, I think. They all worked.
That's good. That's just old technology.
But some of them just scratch perfectly round circles into certain games, and not others.
Are you standing them upright when you're putting games
No.
in?
No,
I don't understand why it would do that.
I don't know.
I don't even understand, to be honest, like how the disc's actually spinning around in the tray. Must get like
What,
lifted up. or
PS2,
something.
yeah, I think it lifts up. So maybe mine can't be bothered to lift it up.
Yeah.
What else got ruined? FIFA. Oh dear, FIFA.
FIFA 98.
I think it was like FIFA 09 or something shit like that.
09.
Or what was it, 10, 11? 11? 11? My god, these years have just flown by.
Yeah.
I've lost track, man. I don't have years anymore. It's just one big long line. Time is a long line.
Oh, it always
I
has
don't
been.
have days anymore.
The arrows of time.
I don't have days. I don't have years. It's just all one blur.
Right, so back to pirates.
Yes, let's digress.
Let's see, if you was making a pirate game, or you were designing one for programmers who know what they're doing to make, what features would you like to see in a pirate game?
I don't know. I've often thought about it. It's like, did you ever play Sid Meier's Pirates?
No, but I'm aware of the features.
Where you could just sail around, hire crew members from bars, taverns. You could go meet the governor and marry his daughter, or sometimes there'd be a train in one of these towns and you could rob it.
A train?
Stuff like that, yeah.
Did they have trains in pirate times? That's
I think it was a
blowing
train.
my mind. What the hell?
I think it was a train. It was called, what was it called? I don't know, it might have been like a train of boats or something, but it'll just say that a train is in and you can rob it. And
Yeah.
then on the later ones, I think it'd like go like not Command and Conquer kind of game, but like you got
Just more
your
strategy.
people and you have to attack.
More like a Sid Meier's game as we knew it
Yeah.
today. I played Sid Meier's Golf. That was surprisingly addictive.
Sid Meier's Golf.
Yeah.
I've never heard
Sim
of that.
Golf. It's just,
Sim
you
Golf.
make your own course, and then like people come to me, like make money and whatever. But you can also hold tournaments on your own course, as far as I remember, and you could just beat people at your own course that you practiced on lots and make loads of money. But it was really addictive for me, at least.
I never thought he made a golf game. I never would have thought
I'm
that.
pretty sure it was a Sid Meier game. I may be mistaken, but quite sure.
Wow. We'll have to look that up later.
Yeah, probably won't play it though, because I don't want to get addicted to it again. It's golf for fuck's sake. So
So-
when they'll ask me what's your favourite game, I'll be like, a golf game. And that won't look cool at all.
See, now if I was going to pick a developer to make me a pirate game, I'd go straight to Rockstar, I think. They've done it with cowboys.
Yeah, but it's a bit different. Pirates it's got a lot more things involved. So I'd like a pirate game where it's like more on the ship. Like you don't control the ship as a whole entity. You control parts of the ship from people inside.
Yeah,
it.
you need a crew. So it's all
Yeah.
strategy wise.
Well, they'd be good at stuff like you'd have like a navigator and a stargazer or whatever.
Yeah.
And like, depending on like the quality of your crew is how well your ship runs, how long it takes to get to places,
Yeah.
how often or how likely you are to see land. Like you got a guy up in the crow's nest, like no.
And also on that Sid Meier's Pirates, what I liked was obviously you had to manage your food and
Yeah,
like
that'd be
how much
interesting.
sugar and rum and stuff like that you've got on board. And if you went around and your people were starving and stuff like that, there'd be a mutiny. They'd kick you off onto an island with just a
That'd
single
be
shot in your gun.
Obviously you can
That
kill
was
yourself.
really cool. So then, obviously, the longer you spend on the island, lower your health and stats go.
Yeah, and then you kill yourself.
But sometimes they'd come back for you. Like you'd be on this island for like years, but then your old people would come back and want you to be captain again, which I never understood.
Was one of the crew missing?
I don't know.
Because they might have mutinied against him. Whoever took over the
But then they come back to get you.
It's just a gameplay mechanic, really. It doesn't have to make sense. It's just gotta be like.
Here we are. This is
Right.
the voodoo place.
Got
This
some-
is the famous item, the famous Monkey Island item is coming up.
Is that some kind of hand?
No,
Is
we discussed it
oh,
earlier.
the chicken pulley thing.
Yeah. And there's a character here, and when they were on about making a film of this, years and years ago, I always thought this person here, Whoopi Goldberg, but with like a fat suit on.
Yeah, farting. Whoopi Goldberg likes to fart. She's proud of
Is
it.
she?
Yeah,
There she is.
loud and proud.
I thought, fat suit, Whoopi Goldberg.
It's random how like the music in this game is just non-existent, and you go somewhere and it's like, yeah, let's put some music on now. And you go outside and it's like silent for ages and ages and ages.
But this is the DOS version. The Amiga one had the slightly better music, I think, and probably more of it, I'm not sure. But this still has its little charm. It works.
What do you reckon that is in the middle of the floor?
I know what that is.
You do?
Oh, what's in it? I don't know what's in it.
Oh.
It never explains what's in there,
So what do you mean when you say you know what that is?
because you see in a minute.
Okay. Some kind of portal to your dreams or your future.
I don't know what could be in it. I don't think it ever explains what is in there.
It's just some green crap in it.
Mountain Dew.
Whoa,
Ah, scary.
that's mega.
Yeah, on the Amiga one, you used to get like thunder, lightning.
Well,
Sound
like,
effects, that.
the vegan was like,
The Amiga had the best sounds ever.
I'm sure it did.
That and the Commodore 64 had the best sound chips of all time.
And what about the Mega Drive? I thought you liked the sound of the Mega Drive.
No, I do, but it wasn't very good.
Sounds like video games.
It does sound like video games, but it wasn't great unless it was a game actually made by Sega.
Well,
Then you'd have good sound.
because then you had to utilise their.
Yeah.
I understand. I think. I don't know. It's all just like bits to me. Like, did Sega have 16-bit music?
I think the Mega Drive would have, wouldn't it?
Because it
Or
didn't
was
sound
8-bit?
like 16-bit to me. Did they have to share those bits between like two things? Like you have 8 bits dedicated to the image and 8 bits dedicated to the sound.
We're getting technical now.
Yeah, I know. Because I know 16-bit music is what you're currently most likely to hear if you listen to anything current on the radio, on TV, on a CD. It's all 16-bit.
Well, I'm going to guess the 16-bit. I know it had Master System parts inside,
Right.
so would that have counted for 8-bit? It's
Yeah.
got it's basically, I think basically it's got a Master System inside.
With a blast processor.
Yeah, blast processing.
Which doesn't mean anything.
Was it ever even
I think.
a real thing? Has anyone proven
You
it?
wouldn't have called it blast processing if it was real. Like you're this like proper techie developed guy, and he's gonna make some hardware for this new Sega console. And he's like, okay, I got this thing that makes stuff process super fast, so you can have games like Sonic the Hedgehog like maximum speed.
Yeah.
Let's
fuck
call
that.
it the blast processor. It's like, would they call it that? Maybe they did call it something different.
I think maybe.
They're just
yeah.
like, that's not cool enough.
I think Japan would have probably been like, what would Europe and America think sounds, well, especially America.
Yeah.
What sounds cool to America? Blasts.
Yeah, blast processing, and Sega does what Nintendo don't.
Nintendo don't. I remember those adverts. Brilliant. They even managed to make Mario Kart look like a pile of shit on the Sega advert. But you don't get that anymore.
No. They'll probably have companies suing each other.
Yeah, you don't ever get that anymore. This console war, as they like to call it, the kids nowadays, is crap. We used to have fights in the playground at primary school.
Why do you know kids in the playgrounds at primary school ain't fighting anymore?
Because they're all pussies now, aren't they?
The kids, cats, Jesus.
Pussies.
It might be like what
Kids
looks
don't know
like
how
a
to
kid
fight.
Doesn't look like how you remember it, because there's so many things from when you're a child seem like way more important than you were.
The fights, I remember, the fights that we had at Fairfield over Sega and Nintendo were like scenes from 300.
So you had like
Vividly remember
a
them.
million Sega kids and about 2 Nintendo kids funneling them through a valley. The sky being
I'm trying to
blocked out
think
by
now.
arrows.
Who had the more fans at school, Nintendo or Sega? But anyway,
No one could really like choose one. It's like whatever your parents got you had to sort of sit with that. It's like, alright, I've got a Nintendo, I want the Sega, but now I'm going to have to be a Nintendo person. Nintendo's better, because I got one.
I remember my neighbour had a NES, and I went round his. And if anyone ever listens to this podcast, I'm going to get shit for this. But I went round his and played on his NES, and I thought, what a sack of shit.
Yeah,
I honestly did.
but you was playing on an Amiga.
Because he had, yeah, and he had, what did he have? He had some like, you know, that Moonlander game.
Yeah.
It was like that, and he thought it was amazing. But
Moonlander.
I thought, this is just toss. So I got a Sega Master System instead that Christmas.
Master System 1 or 2.
One.
Did you get Sonic 3 on it?
No, not when it
Kid?
first come out. You didn't get any of that. You
Oh,
got,
right.
what did you get? You got. Well, I think it was. Oh my god, what was it called? Some light gun game. I can't remember what it was called.
Did it have aliens in it?
Might have been Duck Hunt, or was that the NES
That was
version?
NES. Did it have aliens in it?
No, it was like safari shooting, like you shoot ducks and fish. And then the second level you'd shoot lions and spiders. But who goes hunting and shoots fucking spiders? Is what I used to think.
It's just a game. It's just a game, guys. Calm down.
What I was getting with it. I think that was it. That and Super Hang On, I think.
Super Hang On. What was that?
That's the one, the Master System that I've got now has got that on it. Super Hang On and that shooting game which I can't play because I ain't got a gun. And it won't work because it's on a HD TV,
Yeah.
which is a bulb bag.
Bag of balls.
Bag of nuts.
Yeah, I had a Master System 2 and I had Alex Kidd for free.
Yeah, that came on the latest.
Well, that's interesting. Upside down writing.
Yeah.
Because he is upside down. I get it. But yeah, my Master System 2, I had Alex Kidd for free, and all I can remember about that is the first level. You got these birds flying past, and you punch them with the biggest fist in the world.
He's
And then,
got a lucky girlfriend, that lad.
Yeah,
Fists like that.
Jesus. And then there was that thing at the end of every level where you got some dude with a funny shaped head. You got to do rock paper scissors with him.
Yeah.
That was
Fist
so
head.
annoying. It's like you beat the level and then you get to him and you've got to like.
And it's
get lucky.
random.
You have to just get lucky to pass the level.
Yeah.
What a fucking low bollocks.
Yeah, that sort of like threw me off a bit when I
If they
first
put
played
that
it.
in a game nowadays, it'd be like all over YouTube. Like, what the fuck is this shit? This is preposterous. I paid £40 fucking pounds for this game and I can't get past first level without having luck. I
That
can
was
beat
good.
this on the hardest mode. I can kill everything. I can get 100% accuracy. But then I've got to play rock, paper, scissors at the end to get to the next level.
Yeah,
People would be fucking seething.
it was bollocks. That was Miracle World, wasn't it? Alex Kidd in Miracle World.
I think it was all of them, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think they crowbarred it into a couple of others. Because it was Alex Kidd in Miracle World. And I still, as a kid, I never knew what the fuck it was that he was biting at the end.
Burger, wasn't it?
Ah, did you have a burger?
Yeah.
I didn't. I had a thing that looked like a helmet. Not a rude helmet,
Yeah.
like a nice helmet.
Yeah.
But apparently it's a rice cake.